Hey guys, my name is Hemima and welcome to Juntas We Rise. Today I have a special guest and I'm so excited because every time I have had a live with makeup artist Natalia, we always get really good comments. So today Natalia is going to be showing us how or tips on contouring for the busy woman, so everyday look, and also how to contour for your date night and that special photo. How are you, Natalia?
Hi, good. I'm doing good. I'm over here keeping busy. I love it. I was excited when you told me to do this section just because I love teaching. By my trial and errors, by me learning what works for me or what works for different types of skin or different face shape. I'll do the messy part, learning all that crazy stuff, and then I love just teaching you guys so you guys can skip all that craziness. But yeah, I'm excited to just talk about contouring. Contouring is actually um basically fake surgery. I'm kidding.
And I was going to say, before we move on to the contouring, that honestly, when you teach, and that's why I love having you and doing lives with you and now being on the channel with you, because the way you teach is super simple. And those are some of the comments that we get, that you make things that look super complicated be really simple and easy to do. And that's why I decided to do the contouring with you, because I know sometimes if we don't know how to do it correctly, it doesn't always turn out good.
Yes.
So that's the great thing, that you'll be giving us tips for different like facial features as well, correct?
Yes, that's just because we all have our different, completely different features. And then we all try to go maybe for that slimmer nose or that, um, high bone cheeks, and whenever we have like triple chins, we want to try to cut it out a little. So that's why I call it like that fake surgery, because you kind of do mess around with adding shadows and highlights. I mean, right now we're just talking about contouring. I did my foundation, just like I know you have your foundation on already.
Yes.
I did my foundation, and I also did some highlighting. And then right now it's what I'm going to show you guys how to contour, and I am going to show like the two different types of contours, which is your everyday contour, like the busy mommies on the go, you just got to do a little contour and let's go. Or if you want to go on a date night, or if you want to do like a little photo shoot, or you want to take selfies or anything that's camera related, we do have to add a little bit more contour for it to show on the camera, just because the camera washes us out, just like I can see right now. However, I'm looking at myself through the camera, I'm completely washed out. But in person, I'm good. Like it's a different uh it's just completely different. Like I'm looking at myself through the mirror and here. And you guys will be able to see as well how it is with the heavier contour than the lighter one.
Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and dive in. So I know you said we're going to do the two different looks. So which one are we going to be starting off with?
So let's start. So we're gonna split, half and half. You guys can obviously. I don't know if you guys have stuff going on after this, but that way, if you guys don't go half and half out there in the world, you can do your whole face. But we're gonna do the cream contour first.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be. I have a palette like this with different shades of cream. But just because I'm a makeup artist, I need all the different types of shades. But if it's just you, can you show your
So I
yeah.
have the little stick.
Yes, so is that cream, or is that okay,
Yes,
perfect.
cream. So on one side it has the, what would you call it? And then on the other side it has the concealer.
Oh, I see.
So it's
Contour and
the
oh, that's cool.
contouring stick.
Yeah.
Yes. So I love things that make my life easier. So when I found this stick, I was like, that's what I need. I am taking it.
I love it. No, so either if you don't have this one or if you don't have what Mima has, then we also have just the regular concealed. This is actually the one that I use to highlight, but you can also use a darker version of this and then use it to contour as well.
Okay.
So there's different options. We can mess around with different, type of products. But if you're gonna do anything that is cream or liquid, you have to seal it. That's where the powder contour comes in, which is this is the one I'll be using today, the one from Kat Von D.
Oh, okay.
This one broke, so ignore this one. But I mostly use this one in the middle. So let's go ahead and get started with, and then if you have any questions, like feel free to ask me while we're doing all this. So I'm just, this is the brush that I'm using to contour. It's just a small fluffy brush,
Okay.
which will fit like perfect in my, like underneath my cheekbone. And then yours.
So yours, you said it's underneath the cheekbones, right?
Yes, so it's right underneath. So if you measure the high part of your ear and you bring it down to your mouth, so that is where you're going to contour.
Oh, okay.
And then you can feel it right there. You can feel where your cheekbone is. And then so right underneath that, that's where we're going to start contouring.
Okay.
And then yours, you're going to have to apply the stick. And then you're going to have to go in and blend it in.
Okay.
So you can do this. And actually, I think you should do both sides.
Okay.
One. So here I am using my product. And I'm just depositing. I start from the back and then I bring it in forward. You can do just a straight line down. There you go. Perfect.
And you want it, how far do you want the line to go?
Like right in the middle. Like you're not gonna come all the way down to the cheek, right in the middle of the cheek. So we're gonna contour right underneath the cheek. Okay. Also, we're gonna also add some product in the bottom in your jaw to define where your jawline is. And this is just adding like dimensions to your face. And then you were gonna keep going. So I don't know how yours is because I don't think I've tried it before, but some of them dry pretty quick. For those products that do dry really quick, then I suggest applying it and then blending it. Let me see. Is it blending or did it dry already? Oh no, it looks like it's blending. Yeah.
And you just do it in circles, right? When you blend it in. What's the correct way to do it?
So
add it or
so like I kind of just deposit the product first, and then I go in and kind of like start blending it in. Yeah, I guess circles. And don't worry if you add a little more than what you thought you needed, you can always go back. So like if I accidentally did that mess right there, you can always go back with a beauty blender, with a damp beauty blender. Let me go ahead and spray it.
So what's the difference between the triangle sponges and some of the ones que están más gorditas, like that they look like little cones? But yeah, like those. Is there a difference in which one is better?
So there's this one, and then are you talking about the flat ones?
So like these that are triangle?
Oh, okay. So basically I use these. These are more for me, these are more hygienic. So these are for your clients. Whenever if you're a makeup artist, you can use these for your clients and then throw it away instead of having to use a beauty blender and collecting germs and stuff like that. This I'm using for myself, my personal use. And again, if it's you or if it's anybody that is just doing it on themselves, I would prefer a beauty blender.
Okay.
a beauty blender. And then I don't know, I feel these are a little bit harder to work with than the beauty blender. And actually these you can actually damp them as well, and you can use them damp.
Okay.
So you see how it kind of went a little too heavy
Mm-hmm.
with the contour. So then we're just gonna go in here and we're just gonna start blending it in. What this does is it takes away the excess.
Let's see.
Then we're going to bring it up here. So whenever we do forehead, let's say, so I do have a pretty big forehead, so I can go ahead and contour
Okay.
my forehead. But
so what if there, because there's different face shapes.
yes.
So how do you know which forehead wise to how to contour your forehead? Are there any like rules on how to contour the forehead?
So what's considered the perfect face would be the oval face.
Okay.
I would say you have oval face. I have an oval face as well. So that's what we all try to we all try to go for. So if you have a square face, then you're gonna go ahead and add the contour on the corners of your forehead to be able to add that oval effect to it. If square, it means, you know, you kind of have like a squarish face, your jaw kind of sticks out a little bit more. So you'd have to put more contour on your jawline for it to give it more of a snatched look and give it that oval shape. So that's basically what we're trying to do here is
Okay.
taking it and doing that oval.
And you said you just go across?
Yes, yes. You'll go across. For you, you'll go across. There's other shapes that have a very tiny forehead, and then you know, a bigger I don't know what that one would be considered, to be honest. What shape? But anyway, so if you already have a small forehead, you want to try and stay away from contouring your forehead because then you're just going to make it disappear basically. And then you would just highlight. So again, I already have foundation and I have highlight on the T-zone of my face. So this highlight that you see right here is all that you would add if you had a small forehead. There would be no contouring the forehead. So basically this would be the cream contour, right? And again, you go back, and if you see any excess, you'll go off and take it. In person, I feel like it looks really good. And then in camera, it still looks like I might need a little bit more, but. And then, so like I said before, every time we use a cream anything, cream contour, cream highlight, foundation, anything that's liquid or cream, we always want to set it with a powder. If it's not set, then it's going to be moving around your face. It's not going to last all day. When you do this, the cream and the powder, then it'll last longer as well as if you would just use the powder.
And it's just like a setting powder that you use? Is that the
it would be so for the contour, I would just use a powder contour.
Oh, a powder contour.
Palette, yeah. So I don't know if you have powder.
I do have powder. I have different colors here. Bring them out. I have.
And then again, we have a cool tone and then warm tones when it comes to contouring. If you're very like light skin, you want to stay away from warm colors unless you really like that orangey vibe going on.
Okay.
But if not, then stay away from warm colors and just stay more with cool tone. So this one, I don't know if you can see the difference between, let me see, between this one and this one.
Yes.
So this one is more of a cool tone,
Mhm.
and this one is more of a warm.
Mm.
So for me, personally, I like warm colors on myself, on my skin type and color. And for light skin, for lighter skin, it would be more of a cool tone.
Okay.
Um, and I think you, because you're lighter skin, pero you have yellowish undertone, I would
Mhm.
still use the warm on you.
Okay.
And if it was maybe somebody your color, but with more of a rosy undertone, then I would use a cool color.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm explaining myself.
Yes, that makes sense.
It's crazy stuff. And it's crazy because when it comes to foundation and, warm colors, cool colors, and trying to figure all that out to go with your skin type, whenever you go to Sephora, Ulta, or anywhere, and
Oh
then
my
the
gosh.
inside they match you perfectly, and then you go outside and then it's like a whole different color because they didn't match your undertone, and it's craziness. But this is a tip that has helped me, which would be uh, the cooler tones on lighter skin with um, like reddish pinkish undertone.
Okay. No,
Uh,
that's good to know.
hmm Usually Latinas are mostly yellow undertone,
Uh-huh.
um, and then blanquitas are more cool, like
Mm,
more pinkish.
okay.
So let's see, let's go back in here and get the product. Again, I'm just tapping, getting rid of the axis, and then I'm just gonna deposit. And we're gonna go ahead and put it all over the place. Bottom of your jawline as well. And it's always easier to go little by little and then go building up to where you feel like you got where you need to be, than starting depositing a whole lot of product and then having to take out. So also a trick for the nose, which I rarely do the nose with cream for some reason. But you can also do the nose with cream. I would go in with a smaller brush.
No seems a little tricky.
I know. So that is where I would
Throw it out there. Let's throw it out there and be honest, because there's so many different types, like different types of noses. And
Mhm.
when you don't do it right, because I'm gonna be honest, my nose, I've always been like, oh my god, I need to learn how to contour it because I feel like it has, a lo mejor tiene forma,
Uh-huh.
but I'm like, in real life, it's skinnier than what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So the nose contouring has always been my like, I have to figure this one out because I swear my nose is chubby down here as it looks. I'm like, look, the lines are there.
Yeah, no, but the thing is too with contouring your nose, like one little wrong move, or one, like que lo pones, you put it in the wrong spot, it'll completely give you like a crooked nose, or so you kind of have to be very careful when it comes to the nose. Already I kind of have, like, I mean, all of us have one side of our face differently than the other, and for some people it'll show more, it'll show less. On mine, there's times that it does show when it's like more crooked than the other. It's weird. Even my jawline, sometimes I don't know, like, it's weird. It's weird.
That's
Sometimes
why
it
we
shows,
love contouring.
yeah, so it'll
Thank
fix
God for that.
it just a little. But for the nose, I like to go in with a smaller brush, which
Okay.
is this is just an eyeshadow brush. And
Come
I'll go
on, I got
in.
myself new brushes. Since you and I have
Oh,
been
you
doing
got
that, I was like,
it.
I gotta up my brush game.
So you dip it in there, and actually for the nose, I start up here
Okay.
and then I bring it all the way down. And by doing this,
Mhm.
it will give an illusion of a longer nose. Unless you already have like a really, really, really long nose, then I wouldn't start from up here. I would start maybe more from like here.
Okay.
And you can cut it by making it shorter by adding the contour down here as well if it's too long. So actually, I make it long. So I start it all the way up here and I bring it all the way down. And then I actually, makeup is just a whole nother level. I love it.
Yes.
And this
So
same one,
first you like draw it, right? First you're drawing it, and then you go in and blend it.
yes, yeah. Well, actually, with this one, yeah, you just first you would deposit the product, and but while you're depositing, you're also blending.
Okay.
And this one, because this is more of my color, I kind of just use it as a transition shadow as well. And we'll go in and do the same thing on the other side. And then one here. And then, again, there's people that do their face first and then they do their brows and their eyes and all that other stuff, or vice versa, where they do their brows and eyes and then they finish with their face. I personally like doing my face first. That's why I haven't done my brows or my eyes or anything like that. How's it going over there with the contour?
Good, I think.
Make sure you're like blending everything in, because the worst thing would be to like start seeing those harsh
Line.
contouring lines. My gosh, I hate how you can't really see how it looks in person. It looks so different
You're like, it looks so good. You're like,
in person. And then in camera. So that's basically it for contouring on with cream.
which was super easy to be quite honest, because I know we did like a lot of talking, but in the morning, and how you said we just have our foundation right now, but really we did here, here, and then our forehead, and we finished off with the nose. So it's like contouring is done.
Yeah, contouring is done. So I wanted to show you that this one which is with the cream, and then if we want to skip that one, which most of the time we do skip the cream, I'm just gonna add. I didn't add cream here. I just added um, the powder.
So
But
now
that
you're
was,
the second one. Is that the one you're doing on this side?
yeah, this side is just powder.
Okay. And that's the like date night that we're gonna do, right? Which will take a little longer, you said, or
This was the long one.
oh,
Yeah,
really?
this
Oh,
is the long one.
easy.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's super easy. This was actually the long one, because this one we added the cream contour and then we added the powder to seal it.
I got you.
And then this side is just the powder itself,
Oh,
without cream, without anything. But you kind of see the difference. I'm gonna
and for those of you that are new, I am not as experienced as can tell as Natalia, which that's why I love doing these lives with her. Because when it comes to makeup and things like that, I'm at the very beginner stage. I'm a beginner. But
No,
they're awesome.
I think you're past beginner.
Okay, maybe getting to intermediate, but I don't know about all that.
Oh, man.
But like I said, you just make it so easy. You know,
Mhm.
you make it so straightforward. This is what it is. This is how you do it, and boom, and it's so easy.
That's that. I'm telling you, makeup is not as complicated as some people may think.
Mm.
But so I don't know if it shows really good here, but um, I want to show you like this is the cream contour with powder, and then this is just the powder itself. Do you see the difference? How this one is much more, there we go.
Yes, you can see it better right there.
Yeah, like you can see it a lot more here than you can here.
Hmm.
So this one in person, again, in person, this one looks really good, but in camera, it doesn't show as much as the cream one. So for an everyday mommy on the go, okay, let's do this, let's put our makeup on. I suggest just using the powder itself. Doing just doing here, then back here. So you're basically creating a 3 on the side of your face.
Okay.
You're doing this and you're doing this. Cool, let's go. If you want to do more of you're going out, on a special occasion, or you want to take selfies or photography or anything picture related, this I would suggest doing a little bit more of the cream so you can see the difference between the two.
Mm. So
Um, mhm,
for those, because I know you said you added a highlighter already, right?
mhm, mhm.
So all I had was the foundation, and that was it. I had no highlighter or anything. So when you contour, I know sometimes people do like the concealer to
Mhm.
like highlight it, or do like the actual powder.
Okay, so there's let me say that there's a difference between a highlight and then this is a like highlighter. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
So this one, you're basically just brightening any um like your under eyes. Again, you can do the bridge of your nose, the your T-zone basically. With a highlighter, so actually I can add this one highlighter. This one is just adding glow. This is light
Mm-hmm.
and this is glow.
Okay.
So like right here, I don't know if you can see, is where we would add the glow basically. But I had already added this and I sealed it with this is, I think you would like this type of, because you have your contour and then you have to seal your highlight.
Okay.
So I sealed it with this one because again, I used the liquid. I want to make sure I seal it with a powder.
Okay.
And I usually do the highlight before I do the contour. So I had already this and I had already sealed it. Once I finish my face is when I add the highlighter. And the highlighter can go in in the bridge of your nose as well, your cupid's bow, your chin. And if you have oily skin, you stay away from highlighters. But if you don't, you want to add more glow.
So, is there like differences? Because I know sometimes people do just like the tip of their nose with the highlighter. What's the
Uh-huh.
difference between doing the whole nose and just the tip of the nose?
So if we do the whole nose, it'll make it look more longer. It'll make your nose look uh, slimmer and longer. The
Okay.
tip of your nose, it'll just kind of give it that glow on your nose. So it's really not. Um, so whenever I do the nose as well, sometimes depending if I don't want it too long, I kind of just do right here and then just a dot right here instead of doing the entire nose so it doesn't look too long.
Okay.
if that makes sense. And actually, I can try to add it here.
So if I don't, like I said, I just did the contouring, what would you recommend to use, like a highlighter?
Yes, you can do a highlighter. So do you see how that little glow is just chilling there?
Mm,
Right there.
yeah, you can see it there.
Okay, so that is gonna give it more of like a como como que la nariz like así punteadita, like
Oh,
punteadita,
yeah.
like eso le da como que una nariz more más definida, like more defined and more like pointy, like it's up.
Yeah, like a.
So and it's all preference because maybe this could be my style, but it might not be yours or vice versa, you know. So I kind of go back and redo the nose. But yeah, if you have a highlighter, go ahead and add it there and add it on the high parts of your cheekbone
Okay.
to give
And
it that
what
glow.
kind of brush would you recommend using?
Um, I have this little one right here,
Oh, okay.
and it's just like a little fluffy, pero está chiquitito. This one's also an eyeshadow brush. Está bien chiquito. Actually, I'm gonna add a little more. I'm gonna add cream. I'm gonna add cream on this side just because I am gonna go out. Um, but just I wanted to show you guys the difference between just powder
Mhm.
and the cream. Mhm.
And a little more.
Yeah, and by adding this, it'll kind of make my um. It's so weird that I change off my
That you what?
I'm a lefty, but I sometimes I catch myself doing my
Oh,
makeup, like switching with
switching from one to the other.
yeah, and I'm just like, why did I do that? And then always make sure once you're done contouring and you have it with your powder and everything, to set it with the setting spray. Like let that be your last step, just setting it. I have this one. This is Fix Plus by MAC. This one's Van Nuys Final Seal. These are all really good setting sprays. This one is from Milan. Milani, I'm sorry. And this one's more, sorry.
Y la quebraste.
This one's more of a dewy finish. So people that have really dry skin, they really like having that dewy finish. I usually have oily skin, but lately my skin has been very, very dry. So I've been doing more of a dewy finish. Oh no, I lost a lot. There it is. So it's not too complicated, right?
No, it's really easy. Como te digo, like I thought this, I thought this was the everyday.
No, that was the yeah.
Because it's just, but how I keep saying that it's just so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you know what you're doing, it's so much easier versus because I know I have gone onto like YouTube videos to try to figure out, and there's so much information on it that you're like, well, I'm even more confused than I was before.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. I think it's overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming because like especially with somebody that doesn't know anything about contouring, like you're going in there to learn from zero, but these are like experienced YouTubers that have done their makeup forever and they're just like, okay, and you do this, blah 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 blah. And then you're like, oh, what was that again? So how do I start?
Yeah.
But no, it's really easy, and it's kind of playing around as well and getting to know your own face. So that would be the first step, to kind of look in the mirror, and you can Google different types of
Like,
face shapes,
mhm.
and kind of compare what your face looks like to those images that they're showing you, and figure out what you have. Once you know what face shape you have, that's when you're going to be able to learn, and just mess with it. And you don't have to go out or anything. Just one day that you're not doing anything, figure out, you're putting on the contour. Maybe you feel like it doesn't look good on your forehead because it makes it look too small, then don't add it there. So it's getting to know your own face shape.
No, but like I said, this was perfect. And we did too. And we really didn't take that much time actually doing the contouring and doing both of the different ones.
Yes. Yeah. Let me see up close what your contour looks like.
So this is
Yeah.
the cream one, and then this is the powder.
Okay. Did you add highlight?
A little bit.
It looks
It's
really good.
thank you.
I know it looks really
I'm
good.
a
Like,
pro.
yeah, no, I can see it like right there. I'm like, ooh, I need to add more glow.
I'm getting better thanks to you and all of your tutoring sessions.
Little tips that make everything so much easier, right?
Yes.
Which highlighter do you have? I really like that one.
I don't, it's, I don't even know what it's called.
Marca Cuchuflito.
It was a gift and I've had it for so long. I've had that palette for so long.
Oh no.
Yeah. Even
So
the
I mean that's another thing that we need to kind of uh-huh.
even the logo is se borró. It's like
Oh,
not
okay.
fully there. So
It's that old. But that's actually a good thing that you mentioned that, because makeup does have an expiration date. If you look in the back of your makeup, there's this little thing right there. And it usually says 12 months, 12M or 24M.
oh, this one says 36M.
Okay. So it's good for 36 months.
Oh, so I'm good.
Yeah, so you're still good. Yeah. You're like, this one says 124 months.
This one's a lifetime.
So no, because a lot of people don't know that. So like in the back, it does say like, if you bought it last year. I remember Evelyn, she gave me what was it? An eyeshadow palette. Oh, that I love, but that one was only good for 12 years. I mean, I'm sorry, 12 months. So I was like, no, I don't want to get rid of it, but I don't know and because I use it for my clients, like I don't want to,
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of reaction it's gonna give them or anything like that. So that's a little tip too, that if you guys want to go through your makeup and make sure you don't have anything that's expired and that you're using for 50 years or so.
So I know you're on Instagram, you're also on Facebook, right? So they can, because not only do you give tips for those of you that are new, so not only does Natalia give us really good tips, but she's also a makeup artist, so she can do your makeup. Go ahead and go visit her. What's your Instagram again?
So I have two. I'm focusing on bridal makeup, and so I have that one that's NB, Natalia Bailey, uh, Bridal Glam. That's on Instagram, and then my website is on there, and all that good stuff. And then I have my regular one, which is that one is more of an editorial Instagram, more of a high fashion photography. Um, that one is Natalia Bailey _.
Okay.
on Instagram.
Perfect. And you guys can find her there. They can also book with you through there as well, right?
Through Instagram, they can book through there.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It was super easy to do, which I love. So thank you so, so much, Natalia, for all your time.
Of course, yes. It was a pleasure being with you guys, and I hope everything, the little tips do help out. And yeah, make sure to let us know if you guys are using, any of our tips. Tag both of us. We love seeing everybody recreating, these types of, little tips that we have going on here.
Yes, and if you ever, like Natalia said, tag us. We want to see you, how
Mhm.
your contouring went. And
Yeah.
also, if you ever have questions about makeup or anything else, always feel free to DM me, or you guys as well can DM Natalia. So
Perfect.
thank you again. And those of you watching, thank you so much for your time, and we will see you next time. Bye.